This is English Time, your journey to English success, and we are discussing the present continuous tense. So, why is the present continuous tense important? The present continuous tense is used to describe a variety of situations. For example, it is used to express the actions that are ongoing at this present time. It is used to express the now. So describing actions in the present is one of its functions. For example, he is eating breakfast. This is happening right now. Another use of the present continuous tense is to provide situational context or clarity. And for this reason, it distinguishes the ongoing actions from general truths, which are stated as a general fact. So for example, I'm watching a movie right now. Or I'm going for a walk right now, for example. If you say, I go for a walk, that is a general truth. It's a habit. It's happening regularly. But here, if you say, I am walking, I'm going for a walk right now, you're only talking about now. It's not a general truth. And the present continuous tense is also used to discuss future plans, which are used to express intentions in the near future. Planned actions. So I'm meeting my friend tomorrow. There's not going to be any change in that. So it's a future plan. One more function of the present continuous is it is used to describe temporary actions. So this is ideal for short-term situations. For instance, I'm working on a project this week. So after this, the action would be not done anymore. So that action would stop after this week. So that is temporary action, very short term. Another function of the present continuous tense is reported speech. So it maintains context and clarity when you're quoting someone. So in direct speech, you say, for example, she said, I'm meeting John later. So if you want to report it, you can use the same tense without distorting the meaning. She said that she is meeting John later. And another function of the present continuous tense is to convey annoyance or irritation when you have a complaint about something. It is ideal to use the present continuous tense when people do something repeatedly and that annoys you. For example, why is he always interrupting? Or a teacher might say to her students, you are always making mistakes. So this shows the irritation or annoyance with someone's repeated actions. Right, so how do you define the present continuous tense? The present continuous tense, also known as the present progressive tense, is a grammatical structure in English used to express actions or events that are happening at the current moment or in the near future. And how is it formed? It's formed by combining a combination of a present tense form of the verb to be, which are am, is, are, and you join it with the base form of the main verb and you add ing to the end of that verb. I hope that is clear. Let's look at an example. I am watching a YouTube video. So if you analyze this sentence, here I is the subject or the doer of the action. Am is the present tense form of the verb to be and it is used for the first person singular. Watching is the base form of the verb modified with ing to indicate the continuous aspect or the ongoing nature of the action, and a YouTube video is the object of the action. How is it formed? So you have a subject plus am, is or are plus verb in its ing form. So subject, this is the person, thing or entity that is performing the action, and it could be a pronoun which are I, you, he, she, it, we, they, or a noun which is a name, a noun phrase, etc. Subjects could also be common nouns, proper nouns, right? So it is followed by am, is or are. So these are the present tense forms of the verb to be and are used based on the subject. So am is used for the first person singular as you have seen in the previous sentence. Is used with the third person singular, he, she or it, and are is used with all other subjects like you, we, they. And the verb is always in ing form. The base form of the main verb is used with the ing suffix. This form is called the present participle. It indicates that the action is continuous or ongoing. And let's look at some more examples. So she is dancing. Here she is third person singular. So it's followed by is, the verb, the to be verb. So present tense form of to be is, and you have the verb in ing, dance plus ing, dancing. And the meaning is she is in the process of dancing right now. Next example is they are studying. Subject is they, third person plural. Are is your present tense form of to be. The verb plus ing is studying, which is present participle of study. And the meaning is they are currently engaged in the activity of studying. So how do you form questions? The previous ones are the sentences in present continuous. Now questions are formed by changing the word order, and you use an auxiliary verb or helping verb. So you begin with the appropriate question word, which are, is, am, based on the subject, and you follow it with the subject pronouns I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. And that subject could also be a noun, as I mentioned before, names of people, places, things, etc. And you add the base form of the main verb with ing, and you end with any additional elements for situation clarity. So are you coming to the party in the evening? So here, if you can see, are is your question word, you is your subject, coming is the verb, to the party. So you just switch the subject and verb here. So you are coming to the party is a sentence. Are you coming to the party is a question. The same way, is she preparing dinner tonight? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Are we attending the meeting tomorrow? How do you form negatives in present continuous tense? So you have subject plus am not, is not, or are not plus verb ing. So I'm not eating meat, right? So this is a first person singular. And if it is second person singular or plural, you say you are not listening to the lecture, or you aren't listening to the lecture. The are not contracts to become aren't. So you aren't listening to the lecture. Third person singular, he is not playing video games, or he isn't playing video games. Another one is third person plural, which are they. They are not studying for the test, or they aren't studying for the test. The present continuous is often used in combination with signal words, which provide context and clarity, and they also give the time frame of the action when it is happening. So for example, now, I'm studying now. At the moment, she is working at the moment, which are both the same, but at the moment sounds a bit more formal. They are cooking right now, at this point of time, exactly. I'm currently working on the project, another formal way of expressing current actions. Look, she's dancing. So this is another signal word that shows that it's happening and you can see it. Right, so at present, they are on vacation at the present time. We are traveling this week or month or year. So that also gives a time frame. Today, I'm meeting with my supervisor. That gives the time at which he's going to meet his supervisor. At this very moment, they are giving a presentation. So another precise expression to show when the action is happening. I'm still waiting for her to call. So you're still in the process. It shows that it's still happening. She has just arrived. So just is your the word, the signal word. It's not arrived, but it's just. That's the signal. And nowadays, people are using smartphones for everything. So that's a general statement. It's an action happening. The ongoing nature of action is being described here. She is in the middle of a yoga class. So this is also used for present continuous. She is in the middle of a yoga class, and he's quiet for a moment. Then he starts talking again. Right. So that's, now we have some practice exercises. Let me do the first one for you. So here you have a subject, verb, and object. So you're going to make a sentence, positive, affirmative sentence, and a negative sentence, and also you frame a question based on the words provided. I'm going to do the first one for you. So I read book. So the affirmative should be I am reading a book. The negative of this should be I am not reading a book. And the question form should be, am I reading a book? The interrogative should be, am I reading a book? Okay. Now, the next exercise, I request you to pause the video and work out the answers. When you're ready, you can look at the answers. So here, The subject is they, the verb is play, object is football, and the additional information is the park, additional element. So what are the answers? They are playing football in the park. The negative form is they are not playing football in the park. Question is, are they playing football in the park? That should be followed by a question mark. Right, and next exercise again. Please pause the video and try to work out the answers. When you're ready, let's start. So, she listen music. The affirmative of this should be she is listening to music. The negative is she is not listening to music. And the interrogative or the question sentence should be is she listening to music? And you follow it with a question mark. Right. So another example, please pause the video. When you're ready, let's look at the answers. So the subject is we, verb is going, object is trip, next week is your additional element. So the answers are we are going on a trip next week. The negative form of this should be we are not going on a trip next week, or we aren't going on a trip next week. The question is, are we going on a trip next week? Again, I forgot to put the question mark, so that's the interrogative form. Right. Another example, please pause it and work out the answers. When you're ready, let's discuss the answers. So here we go. The subject is he, the verb is work, object is project, and the additional time frame is right now. So the answers are he is working on a project right now. That's the affirmative sentence. The negative sentence is he is not working on a project right now. And the question is he working on a project right now? Right. One more example. Are you ready for this? So please pause the video. When you're ready, here we go. You is your subject, enjoy is the verb, and party is the object. So you can make a question out of this as well. So affirmative is you are enjoying the party. Negative is you're not enjoying the party. Interrogative is are you enjoying the party? Right, so that's about present continuous, and there are some common mistakes that people usually make when they're using present continuous. So you use overly, like overusing continuous tense. Some learners use the present continuous tense too often, and even when the simple present might be more appropriate. So this can make sentences unnecessarily complex. So how to avoid this? You just be attentive of the context, and you use the present continuous tense for actions that are happening right now and are temporary and are part of future plans. So you distinguish, you use some thinking there. And the second one is confusing actions and state verbs. So action verbs are used to describe the things that we can do, and state verbs are things like believe, know, love, which are not action words, but they are still used as verbs. So these are called stative verbs. So for present continuous, we only use the action verbs and not the state verbs. For instance, you can't say I'm believing, you can't say I'm knowing, or I'm loving. These are all wrong. So you use it only in combination with action words. So how do you avoid this? You distinguish between action and stative verbs. I'm going to post another video based on that. Please check out that. So action verbs describe actions, while state verbs describe conditions or situations. Right. Another mistake is incorrect use of negatives. Incorrectly placing not in sentences can change the intended meaning. For instance, I'm not liking should be I do not like this. So that is a simple present, right? So you don't use not with the auxiliary verb. You don't say I'm not liking. So as I said, I'm not, this is again missing the appropriate verb form. So you omit the ing form of the verb when forming the present continuous tense. This can lead to grammatical errors. So you ensure that the verb is in the correct form by adding ing to action verbs. Another mistake that people commonly do is they use auxiliary verb improperly, and this can lead to some confusion, incorrect questions. So follow the proper structure for forming questions, which is the auxiliary verb or helping verb plus subject plus verb in its ing form. And never confuse future and present continuous. Some learners use the present continuous to describe future actions without appropriate context. you use going to or will for future actions, and you reserve the present continuous for present or near future actions that are planned. Right, you use the wrong auxiliary verb sometimes. So choosing the incorrect form of to be, am, is, are for the subject can lead to tense errors. So this can be avoided by matching the subject with the correct form of to be, which is am for the first person singular, is for the third person singular, and are for all other subjects. And another mistake is you fail to consider the verb aspect. So the present continuous is an aspect which indicates the ongoing nature of an action, and we use it incorrectly without considering the continuous aspect. So ensure that the action is ongoing or in progress at the time of speaking when you use the present continuous. This way you can avoid that mistake. And another very common mistake is you don't use the signal words, and that may lead to some ambiguity. The sentence could not be understood easily. So you use words like now, at the moment, or currently, which I've discussed earlier. So that provides clarity about the timing of the action. And last one, you use the present continuous only for ongoing actions, and you can't use them for general truths. So this is a mistake, and simple present is more suitable for such situations. So in this video, we have covered the usage. The present continuous tense describes the actions or events happening at the present moment or in the near future. And the structure is, it's formed by subject plus verb, the helping verb am, is, are plus verb ing. And you use them in combination with signal words like now, at the moment, and currently. They provide context. And we have also discussed various uses such as current actions, temporary actions, future plans, reporting speech, and expressing irritation. So that's it. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.